there are two different types of disabilities: physical impairment and mental impairment. These impairments can limit a person's ability to perform even everyday tasks, such as walking, seeing, hearing, speaking, or even learning. It's important to know that every state has their own standards when it comes to these impairments. The key to navigating and personalizing the driver education experience for your student is communication. Let's start with the communication between you and your company. Your driving school must communicate the level of the student's impairment. The state guidelines for that student must also be communicated so that everyone knows what the expectation is for that student. Secondly, instructors need to be communicating with the parent guardian of the student, preferably before the first day of class. Between you and the parent guardian, you can create a game plan for a successful driver education experience. For the behind the wheel instructors, here are some general guidelines for your first interaction with your student. First, identify who you are and be sure to make some small talk. That's going to form a little bit of a relationship as you get to this trust factor of hopping into a car with somebody. Ask the student what hobbies and interests they have. Ask them if they have any fears or concerns about the driving process. Explain to them that there is no need for them to worry and that you do have control from that passenger side with your brake and by reaching over and grabbing the wheel and assisting them. Tell them how excited you are to have the student in the class. Tell them how you want to make sure that it's a great learning experience for them. And let's take a look at some of the guidelines in order to put that into action. Here's how this might look.
Hi, I'm Dave with Driving Professionals Group, and I'm here with Meredith to help me demonstrate what it would be like to drive with an instructor. Hi Meredith, my name's Dave, and I'm going to be your instructor today. Are you excited about your first lesson?
Hi Dave, yeah, but I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, it's okay to be nervous. Everyone gets nervous, but don't worry, everyone learns at their own pace and at their own rate. Do you have any fun hobbies before we get started?
I like to draw.
Well, drawing's fun. Maybe you can teach me sometime. But for now, let's get started with some of the basics.
Okay.
All right, Meredith, we're going to start off with some of the basics, something called control devices. Now, these devices are things like your blinker, your windshield wipers, and your hazard lights. Let's get started. We want to make sure that our student is comfortable with all of the control devices in the vehicle. We want to make sure that our student knows where these devices are and how to operate them before entering the roadway. We want to make sure that they can actively turn on things like the blinker, the hazard lights, air conditioning, adjusting the radio, turning on and off the vehicle. This will help familiarize the student with the vehicle's control functions, so it will be less distracting when they are on the roadway. All right, good job, Meredith. I knew you were going to do great. So now that we've mastered that, let's start off with some of the basics of driving. So we're going to be driving in an open parking lot, we're going to be driving in a straight line and practicing some basic left and right turns. Now I want you to know that I have an instructor brake, so if you ever feel unsafe, I can just step on my instructor brake and we're going to be just fine.